doesn't matter what is happening outside the boat. It doesn't matter how tumultuous the storm is. When you can hear these words, but God. But God. And isn't that enough? But God. So, here's Moses. And Moses says in chapter 3, verse 11, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the sons of Israel out of Egypt?" Who am I? Have you said the same? If you look in the mirror and you go, who am I? Look what I've done. For the 1,000th time, I said I would never do that. And I've done it. And I continue to do that simple act. Who am I? God. I've blown it too many times. And we forget about the cross. See, Christianity is about one beggar telling another beggar about the bread of life. Where to find bread. This is what we need to share with people. So Moses, he says, who am I that I should go before Pharaoh? We have to have the promise of verse 8. I have come down to deliver them. And it's almost as if we can hear God say, I'm going to grab a hold of that mountain, Pharaoh, and I'm going to throw it down into the depths of the sea. So you do not have to worry. So, in verse 13, Moses shows he's on the right track, at least temporarily. He says, okay, when I go before Pharaoh and the Jewish elders, who am I going to say is sending me? And that's right. Everything hinges upon who God is, not who we are. Who is this God that we talk about? In chapter 4, verse 1, Moses says, but look, they're not going to believe me. They're not going to listen to my voice. They're going to say, the Lord did not appear to you. And Moses begins to have excuse after excuse after excuse why he's not the guy for the job. And then, in chapter 4, verse 10, Moses says, please, Lord, I'm not a man of words. Neither formally nor sense you have spoken to your servant. My mouth and my tongue are heavy. Does that sound familiar to you? Where you have an excuse and you say, I'm not as eloquent as the person next to me. Well, Moses goes before God and he says that. He uses that as an excuse. I'm not a man who's very eloquent. I stumble over my words. And so Moses has a test with God. He says, I put on a little test here. I realize, because you are a God who does miracles, I realize you can grab a hold of somebody who is not very eloquent in his speech, and you can make him eloquent. Man, that is so awesome. But I've noticed that as we begin to speak here, I'm still not eloquent. And what was Moses' problem? Moses thought that God only uses eloquent people. Moses thought that God only uses people who have their act together. And what is God's response? You gotta love it. He said, who made man's mouth? Who makes him dumb or deaf or seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? What does that mean? It means that God makes people the way he wants to make people. And he puts people in locations where he wants them to live. The book of Acts, it says that God has preordained where you are to live. Why? Why do you live in the Philippines and I live in Los Angeles, California? Right? Why do I live in California and you live here? For the same reason. The book of Acts tells us. So that you will grope for him. So that you yearn for your God. So that you cry out to the living God. He's not far from each one of us. You live here. for the purpose of knowing your God, to bring glory to your God, and to make that glory known to other people. That's why you live here. And that's why you exist. Finally, what happened with Moses? In chapter 4, verse 13, Moses says, "Please, Lord, send, I pray, some other person." What did Moses do? God tells him to go, and Moses says, "No, I'm not going to do it. Time out. I'm not going to go." Moses, he refused to accept the call of God because of his handicaps. And what were they? They were excuses. They were not legitimate reasons to not be used by God. And we have to remember that every reason you can come up with on not being used by God to go to your neighbor and to hand them a gospel tract, it's an excuse. And Jesus did not die for excuses. He died for sins. You need to own up to your sin. You need to own up. You need to stand up. You need to speak up. The best ability is availability. God uses the person who makes himself available, not the person with ability. And I don't know, and I don't care what your handicap is. If you refuse to allow your handicap to hold you back, I'm telling you that God will do such a work inside of you that it will make the apostles in the book of Acts look lukewarm. Because it's not about you. It's about Him. God does not share His glory with anyone. You make yourself available to God, and God will make Himself available to you. Jim Elliot was a missionary who died at the hands of the people whom he was trying to reach. He was bringing the gospel, a message of love, of hope, to these people, and they killed him in the process. He said these words: "Why do you need a voice when you have a verse?" You know what he meant by that? So many people will say, if God calls me to go, I will go to my neighbor. I will go door to door with a message of hope. I will go to the university and I'll open up my mouth as I ought to. If God calls me to go. If God calls me to go, in fact, I will go to every person. I will go into all the world and I will preach the gospel to every person if God calls me to go. Guys, gals, God has called you to go. He said, go into all the world and preach the gospel to some of the people. Is that what it says? It doesn't, does it? He says, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. And he says to make disciples. And he says, I'm with you till the end of the age. Why do you need a voice when you have a verse? We have a verse. The verse says to go. What we need to say is, you know what? I'm willing to stay. Should God call me to stay? God's going to have to speak to me if He wants me to stay. And since God doesn't speak out loud anymore, and He speaks through His Word, the Bible, He's not going to tell me to stay. He's already told me to go. Why do you need a voice when you have a verse? Justin Peters, who was here not too long ago, he said, if you want to hear God speak to you, read the Bible. If you want God to speak to you out loud, well then read the Bible out loud. As we come to a close, I want to draw your attention to something that's really profound, if you would. I know that God wants to use you. Whoever you are, I know God wants to use you. I want to share something with you that is very profound. It's something that I rely upon a lot. It's not rocket science. How do I know that God wants to use you? How do I know that? You're still alive. When God is done with you, you'll know it. You will go from time on into eternity, and you will know God's work with you is finished. And until then, He's not done. He's not finished. He has not grabbed you and put you on His bookshelf, never to be used, only to be admired from a distance. Don't you want to be a coin in the hand of God, ready to be spent? Don't you want to be used by God the way Easy talked about? It was a terrible thing to be used by somebody before we became a Christian. But now, to be used by God, there's not a greater thing that can be said. I was used by God. And nothing can hold God back. I love that. W.E. Sangster said, "How shall I feel at the judgment if multitudes of missed opportunities pass before me in full review, and all my excuses, they proved to be disguises of my cowardice and my pride." You know why you're not being used by God? Because you don't want to. You want to know how much you know of God? As much as you want to. How deep can you go with God? As deep as you let Him. You know as much of the Bible as you want to. You share with as many people as you want to. You have as many opportunities as you want to. But guess what? We all have equal amount of time. What's the difference between one person being used and another person being used? A person who puts their eyes on God and says, "It's about you. Lord, for your glory, whatever it takes. I call heaven and hell as a witness that you would use me any way possible. These eyes are not my eyes. These are yours. If you want to take them away at any time, you can do so. My family, it's not mine. My family is on loan from you. My talent, my treasure, my time, everything belongs to you. Whatever you want to do." And you have to realize, guys, that 100 years from now, we are all gone. It's all through. It's all over. I doubt that anybody in this room will live to be as old as Easy's dad, 106 years old. But let's say you live to be 200 years old. Then what? Because 200 years from now, we're all gone. And when you're standing in glory, you're standing over that edge, looking over life's finished story. And you're looking back upon all the opportunities you had. May it never be said of you that you used your excuses, your handicaps, to hold you back from the omnipotent God, in whom there is nothing too difficult, who the heavens and the heavens of heavens cannot contain Him. He is omnipresent. He is everywhere at once. He is omniscient. He knows everything at once. He is all-powerful. He is omnipotent. You are not beyond the grasp of being used by a God who says there is nothing too difficult for me. And 100 years from now, when the cold wind is whistling over your tombstone, or the warm sun is setting down upon your graveside, the only thing that is going to matter is, what did you do with Jesus Christ? What did you do? What did you do? It's not about you. It's about Him. You cannot impress people with Jesus when you're still trying to impress them with yourself. There is no such thing as a cool Christian. You need to get over yourself. God already has. Let's pray. Father, I thank